What up, everyone? Welcome into another episode of GizTube. It's your host, Dirt and Nadia here, and we are going through all of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards United States and Canada 2024 tour.
That's a mouthful, Dirt. Wow.
That is, but I got it all
I
out.
think you gotta take a deep breath after that one.
Anyways, today we are covering their show from Toronto, Canada that happened on August 21st at the Budweiser Stage.
Yeah, Budweiser Stage in Canada.
Yeah,
of course.
in Toronto, Ontario,
Why
I guess,
not?
in Canada. So, great show. Here is the set list for you. They started off with a string of metal that was just insane. Once again, no microtonal in this set, but we did get some of Nathan, the synth table, at the end. Overall, it was a fantastic show. We're going to get into some of our thoughts and some of our show superlatives.
Yeah, one more thing too to say about this set list. We did get a live debut here in this at this show. Set. This was the first time they'd ever played the song Set. Was in Toronto, Canada at the Budweiser Stage.
Yeah, on the set list, Set was the debut. So let's get into some of our show superlatives. Nadia, what say you?
All right, say yes. Let's start with the top three.
Okay.
And by top three, I mean top three songs of the night.
Yup, let's do it. First superlative is top songs of the night. So Nadia, what were your top songs of this show?
Man, hard one to choose. My top three, in no particular order: Dragon, Hypertension, and Extinction.
Ooh,
Yes.
I like those.
Had to go from three different albums, but yeah, Dragon, Hypertension, and Extinction. Those are my top
Okay,
three.
nice. I had some similar top three, but my top song was a combined Converge into Witchcraft. Does that count as one song? It better, because lots of times they follow Witchcraft, right? I mean, lots of times they follow Converge with Witchcraft. My number two was Dwagon. I mean, anytime they play Dwagon live, it is just insane.
Like face melt.
Face melting, just like Joey's.
Even when you're watching it, like, you don't even have to be there. You still feel it.
Face melt.
It's
and then
hard to not choose Dragon if it's on the set list. I gotta be honest.
Okay, it is. And then my third one, to copy you, Extinction. Love when they play that one live. That's my top three. That's my top three songs of the show. Okay, next show superlative, we have our P song. So Nadia, what song would you say would you have gone pee in during the show if you had to pee?
You know, if I were at this show and I did have to go pee, I think the song that I would go pee during on this set list would be Raw Feel.
No way.
Listening to Raw Feel, you know, while out there in the porta potties, that just sounds like a good time to me.
You don't think that the Budweiser Stage has like bathhouses?
No, definitely porta potties.
Okay, well, I am peeing behind a bush during this song, and I am also going during Raw Feel.
Oh, shoot.
Because honestly, peeing during Raw Feel just gives me a raw feel.
Raw Feel for you, Raw Feel for me, and a Raw Feel for everyone.
Hey, okay, moving on. Next superlative, we have the best... What the fuck? Moving on to our next show superlative, we have the best moment from the show. So Nadia, what do you think was the best moment from this show?
So, best moment from this show was like a little section here where they started with Hot Water, led into Robot Stop, and then went into Gamma Knife. Like, that section of the set list was just, mwah. I mean, they were teasing Robot Stop during Hot Water. Then they were teasing Hot Water during Robot Stop. And then, of course, Gamma Knife. Like, there's so many riffs in Gamma Knife that's just throughout the whole Nonagon album. Like, so cool. I love it. You don't even really know, like, I feel like when I was hearing the Hot Water teases while we were in Robot Stop, I was like, wait, so is it still Hot Water? Or, like, are we officially in Robot Stop? Like, what's going on? And, like, that's when you've entered the Gizverse. And anytime you can get in those moments where you don't really know what song you're in or where you are, you've reached it. You've reached the pinnacle.
I feel like there's so many times during the shows that we've been watching where I have to turn to you and I'm like, is this still Hot Water, or is this still Extinction, or the Silver Chord?
I'm always curious, like, once the bootleg Gizzard comes out with, like, the bootleg of the show, like, how they divide it up when they really title all the songs. But, yeah, that was my favorite moment from the show. Just lost in this universe of hot water nonagon. Like, it was great.
Hot water, hot water, hot water.
What about you, Dirt?
Okay, I had my best moment from the show was another one that came in like with songs. It was the music this time for the best moment. There weren't any like really standout crazy moments like Stu crowd surfing to the lake like we had last time, but I'm going to repeat myself, but once again, my best moment is the Converge into Witchcraft combo. I just think those go so well together, and when they get into the little like breakdown of Witchcraft, just like once you're flowing through Converge and they get into the with the finger tapping, I get completely lost. I thought they absolutely rocked these two back to back as well in this show, and so that was like a top moment for me, that Converge into Witchcraft, let alone the rest of their whole metal that they threw in there. But those were the top two for the best moment for me.
I mean, let's be real. Their metal stuff live is perfection. Like, they have perfected their metal stuff live, so...
All right, moving on to our next show superlative, we have the best banter of the night. So Nadia, what do you think was the best banter between the boys on this night?
You know, I just love a good Cookie moment. And my favorite banter of the night is when Cookie got to explain the story of the lyric, "Look out for that cat named Bruno" in Rats in the Sky. He quickly just tells the story of kind of where that lyric came from. And I don't know, every time Cookie talks, I'm just all ears, and I'm just loving it every second.
Tell him about Bruno.
This cat.
Yeah, Bruno, it's in the song Rats in the Sky.
Oh, yeah. My neighbour's cat died, and then an identical cat showed up at his house, and he stole it, and he gave it the same name. The name was Bruno.
That's fucking sick, bro. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That was my favorite moment of the night. Favorite banter.
Favorite banter. Yeah. It could have been the best moment as well. It's that moment is hilarious. Cookie tells that story, and then he's like, "It's just so irrelevant." And then there's kind of an awkward pause, and then Ambi has to come in and be like, "Yo, Toronto, you guys still here with me?" I get to bring the energy back. That was a great banter moment. I went with something different when Joey is talking about the big screen that they got on the Budweiser stage, and he's like Jason Galea, the other member of King Giz, seventh member.
Jason Galea?
Who the fuck is Jason Galea? Wait. Who the fuck is Jason Galea?
Look him up.
Anyways, and he's like, put Ambrose breakdancing up there. Yes. And so they put a little shot of like a graphic of Ambi dancing. And then they start talking about Ray Gun, the viral break dancer from the Olympics this year from Australia. And they're like, yeah, Ambi coached her up in high school. And they just all start bantering about the Ray Gun and break dancing.
Don't say anything bad about Ray Gun.
Don't say anything bad about Ray Gun.
Don't.
But there was a lot of good banter. This was one of the best banter moments of the tour so far. So just watch the whole show for all the banter. Anyways, next up in our show superlatives, we have the best dressed of the members tonight. So Nadia, who you got for best dressed?
All right, so I know that this is a common outfit for this band member, but I'm a spotlight him today. Lukey's jumpsuit. I mean, Lukey rocks those jumpsuits, and like, yes, he wears them in most of the shows, but I don't know, I just thought this one in the Toronto show, I was just really vibing with it. Good choice, Lukey.
You know what, Nadia? I actually had Lukey the blue jumpsuit as well. That was my first one. Since you said that, I'm going to go with my number 2, which was Cookie. And I think you said it during the show. Cookie looks straight up like a middle school math teacher, but yet he's up there playing heavy metal and just rocking almost a sold out show in Toronto.
Keep rocking it.
Okay, next up, we got our favorite segment, the favorite superlative of the show. What is Cookie drinking?
So irrelevant.
What is Cookie drinking? All right, so not gonna lie, first view that we got of what is Cookie drinking, it was just kind of an inconspicuous brown bottle.
Yeah, it's like Cookie was trying to hide
the label.
Exactly what he was drinking that night. Like, he knew that we've been spying on him.
But, you know, give it a few minutes later, a few old turns of the bottle, or maybe just a few different camera angle changes, and it gets revealed Cookie's drinking Bud Light.
Of course he is.
On the Budweiser Stage.
I mean, yeah, did the Budweiser Stage provide him with Bud Light, or did he just buy a pack on his own?
Exception to a heavily corporate aligned stage that I get fucking behind. I fucking love this shit.
Okay, moving on to our next show superlative, we have the MVP of the night. Who do you think the MVP of the show was in Toronto?
My MVP for this show is Cavs. I mean, that heavy start that they had, what was it, the first
6 or 7 songs.
The first 6 goes through Dragon, then they go into Hypertension, which is just 15 minutes long. So yeah, that first hour essentially of the show, Cavs is just non-stop. So I give MVP to Cavs. I mean, honestly, we could give it to Cavs every night for the way that he plays. But figured to give him a shout out in this episode for this show. Cavs, keep doing what you're doing, man. You are awesome.
He is awesome. Way to go, Cavs. We
are not worthy.
Yeah, we are not worthy. You know what? I also had Cavs as my MVP. Since you mentioned the metal stuff, I also thought he was stellar during their synth table stuff. Just keeping the steady beat. He's not as integral into leading and guiding the song, but the way he just keeps a steady beat for half an hour of non-stop drumming during the synth table portions is insane and never off time. So got to give it to Cavs. Honestly, yeah, he should be MVP every night, but we're definitely giving it to him this night.
Cavs carbs counts constantly.
Cavs counts carbs constantly.
Oh,
How did you not know that's how it went? Yeah.
I read it up and down.
No way.
Yeah, I read it up and down.
Oh, okay.
Cavs carbs is one, and then counts constantly is another.
I think it's Cavs counts carbs constantly. So thank you, Cavs, for counting your carbs constantly during Converge. Okay, last show superlative. We have the overall ranking of this set. Nadia, what did you think?
Well,
what did you think?
Since this was the live debut of the song Set, I'm going to give this show 38 mighty sets. 38 mighty sets, okay?
Slay the?
Yes.
Slay the?
Try to slay all 38. Try.
Slay the.
But yeah, 38 mighty sets for this Toronto show. It was phenomenal, top notch. 38 mighty sets worth.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what it was about this show. They mentioned at one point that they had played in Toronto several times before, the first few times playing to maybe 3 to 5 people max, and they said the second time no one was there. This time they brought it. I mean, holy shit. We've been watching the whole tour so far, and I think this was the best show that we have seen so far. I don't know if they were feeling it, the nice Canada air or what, but the whole opening metal set and then just continuing on with the Hypertension through the synth table at the end, they just absolutely killed it. Rolling. Since this is the Budweiser Stage, I'm going to give this show a lifetime supply of Bud Light for all the band members, because that's how good this show was.
Whoa! Dang.
It was 100. Toronto, you were greeted to an incredible show. And yeah, I enjoyed watching it.
If you were at the show, let us know in the comments. How was it? How was the vibe? What did you think? Were you one of the 3 people or 5 people who went to their first show in Toronto, whenever that was?
How many Bud Lights did you have during the show? Were they free at the stage? I mean, come on. We want to know if you were at the show. Let us know in the comments below what your show superlatives were. And thank you for watching. That is GizTube signing off.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.